The crux of the whole 17th chapter of the Gospel of St. John is found in the 17th verse. And for their sake I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through truth. Heretofore I thought I could change others through effort. Now I know I cannot change another unless I first change myself. To change another within my world, I must first change my concept of that other, and to do it best, I change my concept of self. For it was the concept of self I held that made me see others as I did. Had I a noble, dignified concept of myself, I never could have seen the unlovely in others. Instead of trying to change others through argument and force, let me but ascend in consciousness to a higher level, and I will automatically change others by changing self. There is no one to change but self. That self is simply your awareness, your consciousness, and the world in which it lives is determined by the concept you hold of self. It is to consciousness that we must turn as the only reality, for there is no clear conception of the origin of phenomena except that consciousness is all, and all is consciousness. I'll make a stream mark because I think this is a really great for anybody who is interested in the idea of experiencing a person in a different way. You know, the way a lot of LA people were talking about it. If there's a specific person manifestation you want to have, but you want certain characteristics about them to be different, here is your best advice. Here is the source of all of that advice that people are giving you related to that. To change another within my world, I must first change my concept of that other, and to do it best, I change my concept of self. So if you were someone who experienced, let's go with a sort of primary relationship type configuration, whether that was a romantic partner or a best friend or even a business partner or a parent, whatever. If you experienced the person choosing other activities, people, just they chose other things over you. You know, if you wanted to spend the day with them and they're like, no, I'm going to go hang out with my friends instead, or, oh, I just want to sleep today, or whatever reason they gave you, that was only happening because you assumed that they would choose other things over you, because you had this self-concept of being second best in some way, of not being someone's, favorite person to be with, their top priority, whatever. You had this self-concept of not being prioritized, and it was reflected in this relationship. And if you're honest with yourself, you will know that you were doing that. And, let's say it might have been specific to certain areas of your life. So let's say in business, you always know that business partners are eager to work with you. You have a great, thriving business, but you don't necessarily feel that way in romantic relationships. You feel that, there are other people that they're dating that they might like more than me. And so that assumption showed up in your world. Or it can even be more specific down to, if you look at your friends, this friend, if you want to hang out and they have free time, or even if they don't have free time, if they got to squeeze you into all the stuff they want to do that day, this person will always do something with you. They will always come hang out with you if you want. But this other person, you have the concept that, well, they're really busy. It's very rare they can make time for me. So even if it's the same activity, and these two friends like doing the activity with you the same amount, the friend who will always, come hang out with you will, and the friend who they're usually busy probably won't. So these assumptions can be very specific. But this overall core feeling of being someone that other people want to spend time with is paramount. And if you have so descended to the point where, why would anybody want to spend time with me type of state, that's going to be reflected in all of your relationships. Or, if you want to, these ideas of, well, what do I have to offer type of thing. Instead of thinking, I'm awesome, people love spending time with me, why wouldn't they? I'm so much fun. Of course people love hanging out with me. That will be reflected in your world. those body of thoughts, those body of beliefs about who you are will be automatically reflected.